Okay, in this video we want to use the quotient rule to figure out f prime. Then we want to figure out f prime without the quotient rule and just compare our answers to see that they do in fact work. This is a problem here where I would never voluntarily use the quotient rule. It's far easier, as we will see, to do it without the quotient rule. But here I want to do it as a quotient rule just to get kind of an introductory example to practice the quotient rule with. And then, we'll move on to more complicated examples, just to kind of get the process down. So recall from the notes that the quotient rule is the bottom function times the derivative of the top. So in this case, x cubed times the derivative of 1 minus the top times the derivative of the bottom. So minus 1 times the derivative of x cubed. And then that's all over the bottom function squared. So here x cubed squared. Again, I encourage you early on here to write these out just to get the process down, and then later on we can leave out some detail. So let's go through and simplify. Derivative of 1 is a constant. So that's just going to be 0, meaning that x cubed times 0 is just 0. So that term just completely disappears from the problem. So now we have negative 1 times the derivative of x cubed. X cubed is a power, so we multiply by 3, drop the exponent by 1, we get negative 3x squared, or negative 1 times 3x squared. And then that's all going to be over x cubed squared. You can think of it as x cubed times x cubed, or you can remember your power rule for exponents. Power to a power, we multiply the exponents. We get x to the 6th. And then we do want to simplify this. Notice I have an x squared in the top and an x to the 6th in the bottom. So first off, negative 1 and 3 is just negative 3. And then with x squared over x to the 6th, I can cancel 2 of those out, leaving me with 4 in the bottom. Or alternatively, using your division rule for exponents, 2 minus 6 is negative 4. Since it's negative, it has to go in the bottom as x to the 4th. So the derivative of 1 over x cubed is negative 3 over x to the 4th. And now we want to go and do this another way without using the quotient rule and just kind of compare our answer. So to do it without the quotient rule, we can realize that 1 over x to the 3rd is the same as negative x to the negative 3rd power. And then we can just invoke our power rule and say, well, f prime, we would multiply by the exponent negative 3, drop it by 1, it becomes x to the negative 4th. And then we say, hey, negative 3x to the negative 4th, we have to move that x to the negative 4th to the bottom. And we get negative 3 over x to the 4th. The exact same answer with a whole lot less work. Okay, so here we're looking to use the quotient rule just to kind of practice it and learn it, but definitely no reason ever to do it for a problem like this unless we were specifically told that we had to.